Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, Sagittarians. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at what does Sag not see coming toward them. This is anywhere for the end of this month into the beginning of next year. We have Action of Swords. Okay, so we have possibly something very like truthful, something very straightforward, something that could be coming in swiftly. This could be a universal truth that's about to like crack open something in Saggy's world. We have a message coming in from the guides. We have the swirling vortex of energy out there in the universe. It's very beautiful. We've got the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords. You know, I feel like this could be liberation from heartbreak. This could be that Sag all of a sudden just kind of realizes, because this can be the sword that we use to cut something out of our lives. And if there was heartbreak, that's a great thing to cut out of our lives. If we were stuck, that's a great thing, to cut ourselves free from something. How is that happening? How is it that the Sag may suddenly have this huge uplift and this huge release of hurt and pain? The sun. Well, the sun is awfully nice for a character to actually be able to just have this beautiful breakthrough. I don't know if there's a Leo coming in. I don't know if Sag just wakes up one morning and they see something beautiful and they go, you know what? My life is made up of beautiful moments. My life, my happiness, my very existence is more than this heartbreak or this betrayal that I've been stuck on for so very long. This feels like a moment of clarity, a moment of, and both of these, especially together, seem like, I don't know if Sag is going to have a really great dream and wake up in a really great mood. It's an epiphany moment, though, for sure, Sag is having about the worth and the value of their life and how important their life actually is and how much more opportunity for beautiful things and happiness there are or there is for Sag than just for this painful experience. This does not minimize what Sag has been through, but what Sag doesn't see coming is that they're going to have an epiphany moment where they realize there is so much more beauty in my life. And I've only been, seeing this for a while. I've been stuck in this hurt for a while. But in truth, the hurt, even though it can definitely take over for a while, and that is understandable, my life is made up of many other good things. I'm sorry, you guys. You have to forgive me. My asthma has been going crazy again on me, and I've been really trying to manage it. So hence my crazy upload schedule this week. There have been like gaps of like 16 hours where I just need to just focus breathing and not talk. And so it's been kind of a wild week, but I'm trying not to cough at you guys. Anyway, with this Nurture of Pentacles in the reverse, so it'd normally be the Queen of Pentacles, but we have a King on this Queen card. So just there's a side note on that. But I mean, not to be rude, but I kind of think that if Sag is having this breakthrough moment that, wait a second, the person that wounded me, honestly, they may not have had anything to offer me. Maybe this was a person who was gobbling up my energy, which is why I ended up feeling drained, right? I always think sometimes it's great to try to establish, were we the teacher or the student in that connection, right? If soulmates meet so they can learn stuff together, sometimes when we walk away exhausted and drained from an experience, it might be because we were the teacher in that experience. Like, imagine how exhausting it must be for teachers. They've stood there, they've, tried to be one person, like managing rooms full of, sometimes one teacher to 500 students, depending on if it's college level courses or, kindergarten and stuff. Sometimes 30 or 20 little kindergartners can feel like 500 students, Imagine how exhausted they must be at the end of their days. That's maybe, it's because all the students are there to take, right? They have a bunch of questions. They don't know how to do stuff yet. They don't have the background information. You got to help them. You got to train them. You got to keep them disciplined in the room. There's so many things that have to happen. So it's not even just you stand there and you be a great orator that says what the lesson is. You also have to really interact energetically. Well, that's draining. So I'm wondering if Sag is realizing, or will be realizing, hey, I get it. It wasn't a fair exchange. I gave and gave and gave, which is why I feel depleted, which is why I've been kind of stuck going, oh my God, this was awful. I'm so drained. it's because they drained me, that they came to take some of my light, um, because they needed it. They didn't have maybe light of their own, or maybe they were just greedy and gobbling up my energy, but it makes sense now. But what did they have to offer me? Well, nothing. It was a one-way exchange. They were the student, I was the teacher. That puts it in a whole new perspective, and it might really be the breakthrough that Sag ends up having, which is just completely like unexpected. It's something that their guides have been trying to help them to understand for a period of time, and then say, Sag, step back into the light. You need to get rejuvenated now. Kind of like we got to power up the, the crystals in Saggy's energy field. They got to get recharged, rejuvenated. And the best thing Sag could do now is like literally move toward all kinds of happy experiences, fill their life with light. I mean, this could be anything from Sag might all of a sudden want to start, wearing bright yellows and golds. They might, refresh their house. They might put some citrusy scent somewhere, in an air freshener. They might start like bringing light, sunlight, lamps into their home to brighten everything. This is great because it's right around Christmas time, and it's a time where we tend to decorate with a lot of lights. So maybe that's something else that Sag is like wanting more lights right now, but it might be because it's that symbolic, like I'm restoring the light that was taken from me for a period of time. This is our full moon here on the 15th as I'm recording this, and we have a big, beautiful full moon here. This is our last full moon of the year, and we've got this hermit energy. This could be a moment where Sag could be surprised to discover that not only do they need to not that they need to do anything, right? Sag gets to do whatever they want, but they may have this really unexpected moment of clarity, and they might just feel lighter and brighter. And at the same time, they're recognizing, I just came to the end of my hermit's journey. I didn't realize I had been here in the twilight. Maybe this full moon is illuminating this for Sag. By the way, I did do a full moon message that I will release later on as soon as it's done processing today. But I do pull a card for each zodiac, and I can't remember right now what the message was for Sag, but you might want to check that out as it is released later on, okay? Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I hate to do that. This is so, I feel like the unexpected thing for Sag is that they'll recognize with that messenger of cups, this person, they have been waiting for an apology from this person, but this person may not even realize that they would have owed Sag an apology. Right? Even here, they might always be, woe is me. You see his stance, and he's so like dramatic. It's all about him. And Sag might have this breakthrough also that I didn't realize it, but I've been waiting for somebody to say sorry that they, gobbled up my energy, but it might always all be about them. So now that I recognize that, I'm done with my dark night of the soul, which was to help me see that in this person. Maybe they kind of know that they shouldn't behave this way, that they shouldn't be selfish. Maybe they kind of know they should give an apology, but I just don't know that it's within them to do it. And that just feels very freeing for Sag to not think that that someone who has already shown themselves to be selfish is going to suddenly turn around and give this huge, moment of like, oh, wow, I totally see what I was doing. They may not have those breakthroughs, but now that's okay. In other matters, we have an Ace of Swords and a Five of Cups. The other things that may be coming Saggy's way, unrelated to this. Again, we have this Ace of Swords energy. We have this truth. We have some kind of beautiful, like chakra alignment. Sag could suddenly discover that they have quite a talent for maybe energy healing. I keep feeling like this Sag is going to be kind of surprised to discover some things about themselves, about their own ability to like recalibrate their energy internally. Maybe this could be Sag is realizing that they are interested in going into a healing modality to help other people heal themselves, maybe with energy work, with chakra work. They're realizing that they have a gift, a talent, and maybe even like they are finding themselves wanting to share some of this information, or maybe they're realizing that they tend to attract hungry people because of their their energetic alignment. Now, if they learn how to protect themselves from people, you notice that we got like a whole lineup of clients out here. Maybe instead of Sag accidentally dating people that keep coming toward them as little energy vampires who want their light, maybe Sag says, damn, if they're going to be knocking at my door anyway, let me turn it into a business. Let me train people how to get their own light centered. Because that's really what I realize they're coming to me for. They're hungry, but I do have a gift, and that's what they're hungry for. So let me go ahead and instead of just let people come and take it from me, why don't I teach them how to find that for themselves? It feels like this big, I don't know, this is very exciting. I think Sag has an amazing like epiphany also about how best to use their natural inherent gifts. I've got a 6 of Wands. This is so beautiful. I really feel like this is Sag in the brainstorming energy of, okay, so wait a second. Let me reflect. Maybe I've had lots of boyfriends, girlfriends in the past who I realized that there was always a similar vibe. And as I think about it and I can be truthful with myself about it, I get it. They were coming from my light. Well, do I want to do work like this? If I wanted to say I could turn this into, something where I could, turn it into a career path, or I could, write a book about this, or I could do something about this that would be really, it would be to like shed light. The Ace of Swords can be shedding light on things, speaking truth, cutting things away, cutting to the heart of the matter. And it's about woundedness. And I just feel like Sag has a lot of knowledge about woundedness and healing. And if that is a real gift that they possess, maybe through a lifetime of having to learn it the hard way, the way we saw them kind of having to be drained before recognizing all of this. But I think the only question here is like, okay, I know I could do this. Do I want to? Would it be something that would make me feel more successful? Or is this a challenge that I want to step up to? Like Sag can be successful in anything, but you have to like what you're doing to really feel successful also. Otherwise, you're like, yeah, I do this. Maybe it turns into something that I make money at, but maybe I help other people. But at what cost to myself? Am I going to enjoy this? And I do think that that's one of the other like prongs of asking ourselves, are we successful? And are we happy? Because I think that's an important part of being successful in life is, are we happy? Are we doing things that we actually enjoy? Or are we just saying, yeah, I make a lot of money and I'm freaking miserable and I'm exhausted all the time? I wouldn't say that that's particularly successful if we are the last thing on the list that is being considered, if it's only just about the bank account, or only if it's just about to help only other people, but at great personal cost where there's nothing left for ourselves of our own, hopes, wishes, dreams, and goals. So I understand that Sag is maybe going to have some decisions to make about what they do. Queen of Pentacles. And I think that they're considering, how could I do it and still keep myself a little bit remote? I could see how I can ground myself, how I can protect myself, and how I could still walk within this realm and turn something into a business, as long as, you notice she's like brainstorming here. I could see that I could do this, but I need to be mindful about how I go about it. So I think Sag is going to be thinking about this for a period of time, not just leaping right in. This could be a business idea for like next year or something for our Sag, but I do love the fact that they're giving themselves the, in the midst of these epiphanies, they're also grounding these ideas and saying, let me really chew on this for a little bit. Let me make sure that if I do something, it really works. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I appreciate you so much. Bye.